Yo, what's going on everybody? Alex Pandrea here, and today we are talking about the classic color change. Now, every magician should know a few color changes, and this is the basic one that we should start with. I have a lot of color changes that I want to do on this channel, but we'll start with the basics first, and we'll move on from there. Now, the basic color change consists of a few things that you need to know beforehand before we could go into this. First, you gotta learn the double lift, which I've linked below. I do have a video on that. After that, we're gonna have to learn the classic palm of palming a card in your hand, just like that. And that is learned from another video that I did a few weeks ago that is also linked below. So go ahead, watch those two videos, get those two moves down, and come back here to this video and we'll learn the classic color change. Now, before we get into it, I do want to mention, I'm going to show you 3 ways that I do it. These are not the end-all be-all of the classic color change of having a card palm, waving your hand over it. There's many different versions and many different people do it different ways. So just practice the basic action of what I'm going to teach you first, and then you could go on and customize it to the way you want. Really quickly, if you do want the red gold knockouts, link is in the description. There's only a few left, so they'll probably be gone after this weekend. Okay, let's learn the classic color change. Now, all this is having a card in your palm, in your right hand, and placing it on top of another card, creating the illusion that it has changed, but we want to do it in such a way that it doesn't look like that, okay? It doesn't look like what you are actually doing, and it's very hard to do so in this color change. There are many better color changes than this, I'll be the first to admit, but you can make this look magical. So here are a few ways that I do it, that I've been doing it for a while, that make it look somewhat magical, like the card is changing. For me, I do like the aspect of a mysterious color change rather than a very visual one, right? So for example, if I'm gonna do like a snap change like that, I don't really think that's all that great because it happens visually. I like more of a mysterious kind of feel to it. The very first way that you're gonna wanna learn to do it is just taking a card, placing it in palm, and of course, if you wanna learn the classic palm, I have a video on that. Like I said, the link is in the description. Learn that first so you know how to get a card in palm and what to do with it, make it look natural. And then from here, you're going to want to take the card, and what's the best way to place it on top of here without making it seem like you have a card in your palm and you're just placing it on top, right? So these are the few ways that I like to do it. So again, we're just starting off with the card in the palm and placing it on top and how to make that change look visual. Then we'll go into the different versions of how we're gonna do it. One way to do this is to have the card in your palm, and as you're coming to swipe away this way, you're gonna leave the card just like that from the palm on top of the deck and move away with your hand in this direction, but keep your hand in the same position as if you were palming a card. So it starts like this and it ends like this, and then naturally you could come and show your hand empty. Show the card. Now this comes out, this doesn't have to be in full view the whole time. You can hold the deck like this after you have the card palm, drop it and say that wasn't your card, whatever the trick may be. Then you're gonna come here and then come, and then you're just going to swipe away, and all I'm doing is I'm dropping like that, and I'm squaring with these fingers. Now these fingers shouldn't be out like this and then close. They should be just there, just so we could give it a little squeeze. So you're here, drop, squeeze just a little bit so that it's squared up, and then move away. Alright, so it looks like this and then that. Alright, and you get a little bit of a swipe action, just like this. Okay, and then slowly you can come back to a more natural position with your hand. The nice way to make your hand look natural is to somewhat bend the card, but you don't want to do it in this case because afterwards the card will be bent, and that's another giveaway. So you want to do it very quickly as you come up, maybe square up here as you come up, then you wipe away, okay? Like that. Or another way to do it is like that, alright? Here or here. Either you come up with it or it's palmed and you come down with it. Alright? This is a very classic standard way of doing it. Up or down. Gotta check the Instagram, huh? Okay, so this is interesting. Like you may or may not know, if you watched my last video, I am here in Bermuda, and I always thought there'd be no magicians on the island. In fact, I didn't even reach out because I figured it's such a small island, what magicians could be here. But I did get a comment on my Instagram post from Trey. I don't know if you could see that. He says, I'm scrolling down my newsfeed and I see that you're in Bermuda right now. I'm a magician from Bermuda. We should link up sometime before you head out. I think that's pretty cool. Let's message him back and see what's up. Yo, what's up? Here in Bermuda for a few more days. What are you doing tonight? I always love meeting magicians no matter where I go. I've traveled over 100 cities around this world in the last few years, and everywhere that I go, I get these messages. So please, if you ever see me in your hometown, send me a DM on Instagram or comment somewhere and just be like, hey, if you want to link up, and if I have time, I'd love to do it. Now back to the tutorial. The second way to do it is, one way that I really like to do it is like that, and it looks like you're wiping away the ink off the card and making a change. Card is palmed, and you're gonna come in, go and fully place it on top of the other card, and now your fingers are going to slightly open and spread, and you're gonna come diagonally from pip to pip. Okay, so it's here, you're gonna come here and then swipe away. So here, here, here. One thing I like to do is not to place my whole hand on top of it so it covers it all the way, but place it about halfway so it's about this far off the deck, and then the fingers here are going to squeeze the card into position. So I'm here, and now my fingers kick out, and they're going to squeeze the card from here to here as my hand comes over and spreads back. Okay, so I'm about halfway, I leave it halfway there. My fingers are gonna spread as this squares, and I'm gonna come up. Maybe I give a little bit of a tilt with the hand. So here, like that, okay? So I have the card, I show it, and like that. So the third way I like to do it is to show my hand fingers spread before I do the change, okay? So it looks something like this, fingers spread, and then I do the change. Now this is very nice because it gives a very fair opening hand gesture that, hey, there's nothing in my hand, and then you cover it and still nothing in my hand, and the card is changed. How did it change? So the way to do this is to have the card in classic palm. As you place it here, the middle finger right here of the left hand is going to be important. The middle finger, as you come here, will contact this part right about the middle of the card, okay? And what that's going to do is that's going to help stabilize the card, and you're going to be able to move your right hand forward, keeping this card and the middle finger. So the middle finger is going to stop the card from moving forward, and only your right hand is going to move forward. So what that does is it gets it in this position where the card is about there, all right, and it's not in a full palm, so now you could spread your fingers, all right? Now, of course, this is a little bit more angly than the other ones, but you just want to make sure that the card doesn't flash between the fingers, and that's the position right there. Now I'm going to move the card off the middle finger, so the middle finger is now free, and I can move the card in such a way, and of course look at your angles, in such a way that it seems very fair. You can spread your fingers just like this, and now to do the change, I just come over the deck, come over, and it helps if you have a little bit of gravity to help, so you're tilting your hand down. The card drops, squares up with the fingers, just a little bit of a square, and now you come back just like that for the change, okay? So from full palm, middle finger contacts, move your right hand forward, move it around circle, counterclockwise. This is how I do it, counterclockwise. I come here, forward, release the card, and I'll come back counterclockwise and do the change. This could be nice to do as a very slow change after the card is placed on top. Just like that, and you get a very nice change. Now that you mastered that, I want to talk about ways to get into it, because that's important. So the first way to get into it, into an actual effect, is have a card selected and it's controlled to the top. Alright, now you're going to do a double lift. So the double lift to show that that's not the card, 7 of diamonds is not the card. And from here, you're going to need to palm off the second card of that double into your right hand as you do the change, all right? So one way to do that is as follows. Hold the card after you turn them over and place them into this position, so you're holding it in sort of a biddle position like that, all right? This way, when you come back, all right, so you're coming back with the hand to place the card on top of the deck, your left fingers are there to push forward this card, and your right hand is there to take it as the left thumb moves this back. Alright, and at this point this card is already here, and you could palm off the card just like that, and you could go into the change that you want. So I use a push-off double lift, which link is in the description below if you want to learn the double lift that I do. I'm going to come away with the card, show that it's not the card, come back, push out, palm off, maybe I could drop my hand for a second, show the card is not the card, and now I could come in and do any color change that I want that I learned. Another fun way to do it is not to push the cards flush, but to do the color change and have the card sticking out jogged the whole time. That's very nice as well. So there are two ways to actually go about this. After you have the card palm, you could immediately go for the change, or from the double, you can show the card, palm it off, this comes back to the side on your lap or whatever, and show the card and use more of a time misdirection for that, and then go into the change, okay? If you want to do it with the cards face up, just as a color change, you want to get the card to the top of the deck and do a bottom palm. Now, of course, this is a little bit more difficult, but I'm sure you can find resources for that, and then go from it that way. Or if the card is second from bottom, you can go ahead, get a break, just like that, move the cards forward, show the 7 of hearts, and now you're going to do the exact same thing, but this time you have this as cover, so the card came out of nowhere, basically, where you show the 7, and then the change happens. Okay, so we got a response from Trey. He is available tonight to hang out. So we're gonna take our cards, take our camera, and we're gonna go hang out. Let's go. Alright, so we're gonna hop on the bike. I rented myself like a moped bike kind of thing. We're gonna go into town. Supposedly there's some event going on, so we're gonna go check that out, and we're gonna go meet Trey. Ready to go. Okay, I think I see him across the street. We're gonna get a sneak peek first. He said he's waiting for me in front of Devil's Isle, this restaurant, so that might be him. Trey?
Yes.
Yes.
Alex,
What's
man.
up,
Put it
man?
here, man.
How are you? Nice to meet you, man.
Foot.
Yeah, you good? You hungry?
Yeah, man. Let's go, man. I'm starving, bro.
Alright guys, so we just met Trey. He's an awesome guy, so go follow him on Instagram. I'll put his link in the description. And that was it for this video. If you did like this video, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.